Hello everyone! Welcome to Talking Times podcast. I am Maick Ofel and we're gonna have an amazing show as always. Today we're gonna talk about a Colombian living in Brazil. So if you would like to know how does it feel to be a foreigner living in Brazil, send your messages and your questions in the chat because we're gonna chat with Vanessa Triviño, okay? Right after our podcast intro. Let's go! Hello, Vanessa.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm amazing. First of all, thank you so much for being here after a long day of recordings. Little spoiler. But Can you please introduce yourself to our listeners?
Of course. Where should I look?
Here.
Actually, hi. Hi, my name is Vanessa. I'm 26 years old and I am a Times teacher. I am from Times Butantá, actually. So
shout out
hi,
to you
Times
guys.
Butantá, I love you. Hi, Café, my coordinator. And I'm an actress also. And I'm Colombian. That's about it.
Okay, we will talk a lot about that. But before, I know there is an interesting story. Why Brazil? How did it happen?
Well, it's kind of a long story, so
Don't
if
mind.
we have the time. Yeah, well, everything started when I was 16 years old and I decided that I wanted to be an actress.
Okay.
And then my parents were like, what? Why? You're going to starve yourself, you know? So I tried choosing a different career and I tried doing international relations because I already talked in English and a little bit of French, but it didn't work. I went to the college for like a month or two and then I was depressed, really depressed. Mm-hmm. And one day my father yelled at me when I was going out the door and he was like, if you don't like it that much, then you should go out. But he was just like kind of challenging me, you know? And then I was like, challenge accepted. I don't know what.
Are you a competitive person? I couldn't tell.
No, I don't know what clicked in my brain because until that point I was a super nice girl, you know, that I always behave and stuff. But that day something clicked in my brain, and when I got to the college, I went straight into the financial part, and I told them like, I want out. And they were like, but do you want to wait for some months? And I was like, no, I want my money back.
I know what I want, but I don't want.
Yes, exactly. Okay. And then I just sat in front of the university crying all day. And I was like, what am I going to tell my parents? They're going to kill me. And I was about right. I got home and my father was yelling. My mother was crying. It was super bad. And so it was some hard times. Mm-hmm. It was right after they found out I was bisexual too, so that was really harsh. And they start making food, eating everything, and not leaving anything cooked for me
like
in the house.
Punishing you for your choice.
Like punishment, yeah. Uh-huh. And they wouldn't let me wash my clothes at my house. And so it was really harsh times for me. Mm-hmm. And they told me I had to choose another career for them to start supporting me again. And then I talked to a friend, a Brazilian friend.
What's her name?
Isabella.
Hi, Isabella. Shout out to you.
That I met on a cruise, actually. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to speak in Portuguese at that time, so we used to speak in English. And I told her, like, Isabella, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. So what should I do? Do you have some advice? And she was like, yeah, come to Brazil. And I was
just like that.
Yeah, of course, I'm going to Brazil. I'm going to take a plane ride about now. No, I don't know what to do. And she was like, I don't know. There are a lot of foreigners. Mm-hmm. We talked about that word today. Yeah. Here in my college. So why don't you try, I don't know, talking with the embassy? Okay. And I was like, yeah, why not? So I called them and I asked them, how can I study in Brazil? And they were like, well, this year we have 2 months to close the enrolling for the interchange programs. Mm-hmm. So if you can learn Portuguese up to A2 level, you know, then you can go. But good luck, you have only 2 months.
Wait, you had to learn Portuguese in 2 months?
In 2 months.
And you're here in Brazil, so spoiler alert, you did it.
It worked. Well, it was really hard.
I was born here and I don't speak it properly, so...
Yeah, it was really hard. It's a hard language.
Okay.
But I started having Portuguese classes. I talked to my mother and I was like, can I learn a language while I don't know, choose another decent career, you know? And she was
first called your father's bluff, which, so if you don't like, you should drop it. All right.
And
then you kind of planned in advance what
rebel
to do.
soul, you know. And I start having Portuguese lessons, and I start breathing Portuguese. So I went to the lessons from Monday to Friday. Mm-hmm. I arrived home and I watched Portuguese movies in Portuguese with subtitles, and
nice.
I listened to a lot of Brazilian songs, and that's about what I did from Monday to Friday. And when I got to the exam, the CELPE-BRAS is the name. I passed, and I was B2.
Damn, that's amazing.
I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
I have no idea how somebody learned Portuguese as a foreigner. Like, you focus more in the conversation, or is because grammar in Portuguese is hard.
It is. It is really complicated. It's a really diverse language, and I think the hardest part for me was the pronunciation, because you have different vowels than we do. You know, you have like a, e, I, O, U, and I was like, what? Wait, we only have 5
we
in
have
Spanish.
that bread story that we have to talk about later.
Yeah, later.
Okay.
But yeah, it was kind of difficult, but super fun too. And then when I passed, I had to wait for some months for them to process my papers, and it was like about 6 to 7 months. And when that time passed, I was already giving up. I was working in I was working on my dad's office. He's a lawyer, and I was really considering to become a lawyer. And then one day my cell phone rang, and it was a lady speaking in Portuguese, and I was like, wait, what? And she was like, hi, my name is blah, and I am from the USP. And I was like, USP? I never heard that word before, you know. I was like, what? And she was like, University of da da da. I didn't even pay attention. I was like, a university. And she was like, so we have 25 spots for the students, but we already filled them in. But we like you a lot. We like your resume. We like everything about you. So we want to open the number 26th for you.
Oh, that's so nice.
And are you in? And I was like, yes, but there's a problem. I don't have a penny, and my family won't support me. And they were like, well, in college we have the
dormitories.
Yes, the dormitories. We have everything. We can give you everything. You just have to search for the tickets to come.
Okay. So the only issue was to move to Brazil. After that, you would like have a way to settle in and start.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Is it bureaucratic to come to Brazil? I mean, regardless all the Portuguese learning, I mean, in terms of documents, buying the tickets.
It is super bureaucratic. I have to make a lot of papers. I have to go to the embassy, to a lot of places. I was running between the places in Bogota a lot to get those papers. So it was kind of boring for me. I was 17 at the time, so yeah.
Because a lot of foreigners and friends that I have from other countries, they say, well, I like the food, I like the place, I like the people. The bureaucracy in Brazil, man, you know.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, they complain a lot. So let me just get this straight. Yeah. You arrived in Brazil, you were 17, you know, the whole future ahead of you. And you were here to chase your dream, right?
Yeah, I had to wait to be 18 years old. So it was like a week after I turned 18.
Okay. And good timing, by the way.
Yeah, and I was here, and suddenly I was alone in a new country, but that was amazing. That was super exciting for me.
Oh,
like I said, rebel soul. I don't know what happened to me at that age, but yes, rebel soul. And so it was super exciting. It was amazing. And spoiler alert.
Okay.
I got it. I got into USP, and I graduated at 2019. So I am a professional actress, like I dreamed.
Ah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
If you can clap your hands, just do it, okay? And send your questions in the chat, okay, guys? So let me get this straight, because you don't have the student visa anymore, right?
Yeah.
You permanently live here. What happened then?
Well, I was dating at the time.
Okay.
I had a handsome boyfriend, and we were talking about that. I was like, okay, so my visa is going to be over, and I have to go back to Colombia. So I don't know how we're going to make that work. And then he kneeled down, and he was like, I don't want you to go. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, do you want to marry me? And I was like, yes.
Do you want to marry?
Yes.
Damn,
And I said yes.
I made that joke before. No, she's an actress, but her life is when you were telling this story, it sounds like a movie script in a nice, lovely movie. You know.
Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of does.
Okay, and when you started studying, how did you feel? The welcoming from Brazilians. The impression you had, are Brazilians welcoming to outsiders, or was it difficult to make friends?
Super welcoming. Amazing. Super welcoming. People are amazing here in Brazil. I love living here. But it was kind of hard for me because my Portuguese was a textbook Portuguese.
Okay.
So when I arrived at the college, I was like talking to 18 people, you know, like teenagers, and I was like, olá, boa tarde, como você está? And they were like, e aí, beleza? And I was like, aí where? Beleza me? Yeah, you know, I was super hard to communicate.
Oh my god, I've never thought about that.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
We do have a weird language when you start thinking a literal way. You know, I don't know if you had this problem, because some friends that I have, they say this, Mike, well, I don't know what's going on. I say, okay, tell me, man. It says, I said thank you to a person, and the person says, imagine. I said, well,
Imagine.
Imagine what?
What do you want me to imagine?
Imagine dragons. I'm feeling the arrows. It makes a lot of sense for us, but for people that are not Brazilian, it's weird. Like, oh, thank you so much. Imagine.
What? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super weird. It's
Okay.
super weird.
Can you think about other things we say that were like a hassle when you were here?
Oh my god.
About the language first.
I think the language. Okay.
We do a lot of weird stuff, I know.
Yeah, the memes. That was really hard for me, you know, because the humor changes according to the culture. So the jokes here were not funny for me. So I was in college. Yeah, really, I am talking seriously. I mean, I was in college and I was trying to fit in, and they were telling a lot of jokes, and I was like,
Oh, that's
Why
the
are
actress
these
on you
people
right
not
there. You see, it was like, you know, it was
I
learning
was like,
process.
Why? What's wrong with me? Why can't I laugh? It was really hard, and I told a lot of jokes, and they were like,
Okay, now you have to tell
I
a
was
joke.
like,
Okay,
No,
maybe
I
for
don't
later.
know.
If you remember a joke that makes sense in Spanish, we could try to do the English version, and let's see how it goes.
Okay, I'll try.
All right.
Okay.
So this type of jokes, you mean like the everyday joke people tell to one another?
The memes, you know, like I came to visit, you know, like eu vim pra passear, né? Stuff like that.
Oh, but that's not funny.
I
even for...
didn't know what they were talking about. Yeah, I didn't know what they were talking about. I mean, just so you know how lame I was. Sunday night, I would all the time, always
Okay.
sit in my room and search memes of the week. And I studied so I could make friends. That's the level. Yes,
okay,
it's true. You can laugh.
I
But
believe.
it was true. It was super true.
But but in another way, that's very beautiful from you that you really got yourself immersed in the culture, even being a lame culture in this aspect. No, come on, let's be honest.
I find it funny now. I don't know why.
Oh,
What
we
changed
have
in my brain, but now I get it.
We have corrupted you then.
Yeah, there's no
It
going
happens to Marcel, you know, to stay close to Brazilians for enough time, you're gonna change. Okay, so let's open a parenthesis here. Like,
Yeah.
it's a nice proof that how these funny internet things like the memes can work as a social link. So you can have something to talk about, and then you kind of link and you have this connection with other people.
Yes,
No,
yes,
that's
it really
interesting.
helped.
Okay, let me take a look at the chat before I forget. Okay. And think about that joke, Vanessa. I will not forget. Okay, maybe I will, but I'll try not to. Okay, Alberto Triviño says, okay, I don't speak Spanish, so if my accent or intonation or whatever sucks, you are allowed to laugh. I'll not get offended, okay? But he says, Buenas tardes. It was, okay. Jackson, good evening, Jackson. Val Sanchez said, hello, Val. Okay. Welcome. Okay, that was from Times. Okay, send your questions, guys. Adriano, hello, guys. Cave, hi, Cave.
Hi,
Cave is such a sweetheart. He's always here with us, you know. Okay, shout out to Times Butantan.
Yes, hashtag.
Priscilla said, good evening, guys. Ney said, good evening. Good evening, Ney. Okay, Saulo said good evening too. Jackson, good evening, Jackson. Okay, well, Jackson has a question, okay? You see, so much fun when you do it live. Okay, what was the most difficult thing to talk to other Brazilians? Because people here are used to a lot of slangs, okay, which we don't learn in schools. Oh, that's true. Was there any, like, a cultural barrier because of the slangs that we use? Something that was trending at the time you got here?
That was trending?
Yeah, because, for example, we have something like... I got it, for example, but in Portuguese, my brain is kind of flipping. You can say, "Oh, fraguei."
What? No, that's new for me now.
Yeah, do you know if you are from fraguei? I have this friend, and another thing Brazilians do a lot. If you live long enough in another Brazilian state, you will absorb the accent and the slangs.
Yeah.
So this friend, he's here. He's from Campinas. Hi, Ricardo. If you ever watch this, I will kind of, you know. Anyways, and he was a Brazilian country music singer. You know, he was singing country, and he moved to Mato Grosso. He's lived there for a year. After that, oh, fraga, mano. Yeah, do you know? It's like this. So. What the hell you're talking about? It's like I got it, you know.
Oh,
but that's one that for me was confusing, you know. And we say a lot of tô ligado.
Yeah, that's super São Paulo.
Yeah.
I actually used to make fun a lot about Paulistas when I came here. All the time I kept imitating them for my family. I was like, pois é, mano, tá ligado, meu? Nossa, que da hora. Yeah, all the time I was talking like that.
I am from Moca, you know, man.
That was super
I do
funny.
not have an accent.
Yeah, that was super funny, yeah. But specific words, I don't think I recall. I don't remember a specific word because everything was new for me, you know? So, legal, da hora, beleza. Yeah, everything was new for me. Mano, yeah, I was like, I'm not your brother. You know? So, everything was new to me, you know?
Okay. Was there anything in terms of language that you thought similar to Spanish?
I think most of the language is similar, you know, most of the language. And my Portuguese teacher, he taught me some kind of tips that were amazing. Like, for example, anything in Spanish that ends with sion.
Sion.
In Portuguese, it's
Okay.
So, são. So, songs, for example, canción, canções.
Okay.
You know?
All right. What was the issue that happened to a specific sound in Portuguese language?
Oh my god, I hate it.
That's
okay.
a nice story.
Okay. So, we don't have nasal sounds in Spanish. So, I didn't say muy, you know, that sound.
Okay.
I couldn't do it. So, I said my, pai. So, you can imagine when I went to the bakery and tried asking for bread. So, I said, give me some pão, but without the
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Probably
Yes, you got it, you know.
Something like this.
Yes.
Eu quero 10 pau.
Yes!
And the bricklayer, well, you are in the wrong place, sorry.
This is not the place you're gonna get that. Yeah, they were like, what? And everybody was laughing at me. And I was like, what happened? And they had to explain that to me. And every time I got back to the bakery, they were like, no, you just how many? how many breads do you want? And I was like, 2. They didn't make me take that word again.
That's a joke even in Brazil, because depending on the state, you don't say pão. For example, pão francês, you will say cacetinho, you will say...
Yes, that's true. That's true.
It changes too, you know, and there's other things that there is a meme, you probably... memes again. There's a meme that is with Bart Simpson in the school, and it's always like this: go there, Paulista, say protein, and then Bart says like mistura, and everybody...
Very good.
You know that, you know, we say that. So.
I love that. I love that, and I love coming back to Colombia and trying to explain those jokes to my friends.
Oh, I love that.
And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Forget it. Just don't worry."
I told you about this comedian Russell Peters. You know, he's my favorite comedian because the jokes are based on this conversation we are just having, and it's so nice because it's very inclusive. He doesn't like pick up one specific culture, starting with himself. You know. And you learn a lot, like, oh, in Spanish people say this, in French they say this, I was in South Africa and they were saying this, you know. And all about accents and jokes. Okay, guys, it's a recommendation for you, Russell Peters. Okay.
Okay, great.
Well, there is more in the chat here. I don't want to leave everybody out. Okay. All right. Hi, Elder. He said hello. Everton. Hi, Everton. Priscilla. Hey, Nay. Missed the beginning. Okay, the important thing is that you are here now. Okay, in this beautiful moment. Okay. Oh, hi, Elder. He is the boyfriend. Okay, so you changed life.
Yes, you did, my love.
That's nice.
Now husband, you know.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We're not gonna talk about One Piece here, okay? Because we were chatting.
because it will be endless.
Yeah, it will. Okay, Val, what did you like the most as soon as you arrived in Brazil? Okay, let's start with the weird things we talked a little about, but what was the first thing here that, okay, you left the airplane and say, wow, I think I'm gonna adapt here. What gave you that feeling?
The good feeling that I was going to adapt. I think it was the people. You know? Really. I got in college, my first day in school, and I was like, hi, I'm not from here. Okay. And they were really amazing. They were hugging me in the first 10 seconds.
Oh, we do that.
They were hugging me and they were like, hey, be welcome. It's going to be amazing. We're going to be a family. And I was like, whoa. Okay, why not? That was great, you know? So, yeah, it took a little time before I had a more close bonds with people. Okay, normal. But they were amazing with me.
And to adapt to the classes in Portuguese too at a university level, how was it?
It was hard because they were acting classes. And I have to make improv and stuff like that. So it was really hard. And I had a big and really noticeable accent. Right now I don't. Well, I think I don't. But I had. So all the time they told me like, so okay, you are going to be a boy, and you are going to be a girl, Vanessa, you are a foreigner. Go. And I was like, that's not even a role. Oh my god! And all the time I was the confused foreigner who didn't understand anything, you know. And I was like, oh my god, that's going to be my acting life from now on. So it was really hard for me. But then I was like, again, felt challenged. So
nice. That's gonna be. Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but that's gonna be the cut. I felt challenged with that face, you know.
Meme. Yeah, but yes, I felt challenged. So every time I went back home, I watched Netflix and stuff in Portuguese, and I was like, they said something, and I stopped and I went back and I tried to imitate their accent, and I come back and tried to imitate their accent, and that every night for like 2 or 3 years, and now I have almost neutralized my accent.
I would imagine. That's why I speak like Lázaro Ramos and Wagner Moura, you know? Because a lot of movies
in Portuguese, I'm kidding. You know,
that's very interesting because movies, all right, but some Brazilian soap operas, they speak in a way, I don't know if you felt this difference, that is normally different from what the Portuguese you listen on the street, for example.
Yes.
Not on the street sounds like a gang thing, but no, nothing like that.
On the streets of Brazil.
No, it's because I think you've noticed we do normally, maybe I am illiterate, but we normally don't speak proper plural in Portuguese. For example, it's very difficult to see somebody speaking something like, por favor, eu gostaria de 2 folhas de papel.
No.
Me vê 2 pães. They will normally say, vê 2 pão aí.
Yeah.
Dá 2 folhas de papel, people...
As cadeiras.
Exactly.
Yeah, of
Did you
course.
notice this difference?
Yes, I did, but not because of the soap operas.
Okay.
I noticed it with time,
Okay.
And at first I remember that I questioned that. I was like, you're bad at Portuguese, and people were like, relax, girl, try to fit in. And it was really funny to all the time.
Try to fit in, nice.
Yeah, to all the time make jokes with that.
All right. Claudio is asking here. Hi, Claudio.
Hi, Claudio.
Oh, one thing before I read the chat. You were talking about the constant foreigner role for the classes.
Yeah.
It's nice that you really stood up to the challenge, because from the time we spent today recording the things, little spoiler there,
Yeah.
you are a very good actress, because every video you went with a different, like a behavior, a tick, voice intonation, that was really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you are in the correct place. All right, okay. Val asked, your favorite Brazilian food? Okay.
My favorite Brazilian food. That's a hard one because
Okay,
I
maybe your
love
top
Brazilian
3.
food. Okay, so I love feijoada.
Okay.
Yeah, you love to eat beans. A lot of beans.
Okay.
I tried to eat beans like a Brazilian and I was sick the first
Oh
month.
my
Yeah, it was
God.
hard for me because my stomach was not used to it.
No, of course.
But I love feijoada. I also love açaí.
Oh, me too.
I didn't know about that. I didn't know açaí existed, it was amazing. And I think the third one, it could be tapioca.
Tapioca?
Another thing that was super new to me.
Nice.
I think it was magic for me. That I see some dust go into a frying pan and they becoming solid. And I was
Yeah.
like, do that again. I don't know how did you
This
do
is
that,
advanced alchemy.
Yeah, it was amazing. And I love it. I love it.
And do you prefer tapioca, the sweet one or the savor one?
The sweet one.
Yeah,
Yes.
me too. With bananas and Nutella and some honey, or maybe, okay, not honey and Nutella together. Okay.
With condensed milk and what's the name? Powdered milk, I think it is.
Yeah.
It is called beijinho, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Okay, nice. All right, what else here? Oh, Val said, very romantic. Yes, it was. You see, guys, don't lose hope. You find yourself a sweetheart out there. Nice. Okay, Claudio asked you, what is your favorite words in Portuguese?
My favorite word, saudade.
Saudades.
I know it's cliche,
Okay.
but it really is something that when I'm back home trying to speak with my family and stuff, I cannot describe that feeling. I can translate it as I miss you, but
Yeah.
it's not the same thing. It is
thank
really
you.
shocking how it is a new profound word. I really like
Yeah.
it. I really do. It's cliche, I know, but I like it.
You mentioned that you were reading books in Portuguese too.
Yes, I was.
Do you remember the first Portuguese book you read?
I think it was in college.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Gota d'Água from Chico
I have
Buarque
no okay.
and Paulo Pontes.
Nice.
It is a play, a musical, a Brazilian
nice.
musical.
Because when we are teenagers in Brazil, they normally ask us to read the classics. It's very tough because it's a very formal Portuguese. It's like nobody speaks like that. So
Yeah.
that's why I asked. I imagine it could be something, one of those,
Well, but shockingly, that was more near that from the Portuguese that I learned in the textbook than the slang one.
The slang is crazy. And
was
there are new
hard
ones
to
all the time.
Keep up. Yeah, exactly.
Like something that I learned, I feel like a big old guy sometimes. But one thing that is recent, for me at least is recent, is arrasta pra cima. They say something like, he died. He went off, slides up.
Slide up.
Or he's like ele foi de arrasta pra cima. It means the person is dead. I'm not
didn't
joking.
know about that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. When
I
you're
didn't
like,
know about that.
But, and the other one is like he went to play in Vasco.
What's that?
I don't know why,
what is
because
that?
like Vasco is a Brazilian.
No, I know.
You know,
but
right?
what that does mean in this
It
line?
means you died. So maybe because I don't know. Sorry, if you like Bruno Lobianco, my favorite. No, you're not my favorite, but I like you very much. I cannot have a favorite student. Okay, all right. My dear student, yes, because they get jealous. I know you love Vasco, but maybe I'm wrong. This slang is because the football career is over when you go to play Vasco.
Yeah, you're right. That
Maybe,
makes sense.
I don't know.
That really makes sense.
Okay, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend any Vascaíno here. yeah, but that's something that was new for me. What the? Is playing Vasco?
What? Yeah.
You can vary that a lot. Like
Yeah.
anything you want, you can say it goes with blah, and everybody will understand it dies.
Really?
Really.
With any
Yeah,
football
like-
team.
Any.
Coldplay.
Yeah, it likes. What was it?
That was hard.
He went like Viva la Vida.
Okay, I understand. It's like
Coldplay fix you.
okay, what happened to you? Oh, he went full Viva la Vida, man.
Something like
Oh, okay,
With
got it. Okay, that was hard to understand, but I
Yeah.
got it.
You see, so it's difficult for us as well.
Yeah. We have to
These
study
kids
it.
these days always coming up with something new.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, let's continue. Hi, Nay again. All right. I don't want to leave anyone out, okay? Favorite Brazilian food you mentioned. Wes said, Vani, maravilhosa.
Oh,
Okay.
hi.
Liches, hi, ladies. Hello, everyone. Wes, okay. He said that you are very funny. So, and you are a very spontaneous person. You know, how is the type of humor in Colombia? They are asking here. You know, because you said that it's different. So, what type of jokes? They jokes about what? Like behavior or imitate people? What?
Yeah, I think we are more physical. You know, we like to imitate stuff and we like to play with the words that are alike, you know, and
that's
stuff
why I
like
liked the
that.
show.
And we have a lot of sayings, you know, like cultural sayings. So, for example,
Teach me in Spanish. Then we
Okay.
try to do in English. I was
okay,
gonna-
so this go, papá, tú sí vas a entender. Papaya puesta,
Papaya puesta,
papaya partida.
papaya partida. It's
Yes.
Partida.
Partida.
Okay, again,
So-
one more time, please.
Papaya puesta,
Papaya puesta,
papaya partida.
papaya partida. Papaya puesta, papaya partida. I have no
Yes.
idea what I'm saying. I hope it's not something that mocks me. Papaya puerta, papaya.
Puesta,
Ah! Damn. Okay, again.
papaya puesta.
Papaya puesta, papaya
Papaya
puesta.
partida.
Papaya partida.
Yes.
Papaya puesta, papaya partida.
Well, the meaning is, well, you know, papaya. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, papaya put a papaya cut. So, does it mean? It means that if you gave someone the opportunity, then that person is gonna take it. For example, when someone makes a joke, you know, because you said something and they were like, ha, and they were like, yeah, that was my fault.
Papaya
and then you
puesta,
said
papaya
papaya
partida.
puesta, papaya partida. Because if you offer the papaya, someone is going to cut it, you know.
So it's like you had it coming because you gave the opportunity.
Yes, exactly. Like tomo sopa, I think.
Ah, okay.
Kind of,
Yeah.
something like that.
Okay, okay. I liked this. I want to learn more. Can somebody write this on the chat because I will forget the pronunciation. Don't want to mess it up. No, it's my third sentence in Spanish that I learned today. Okay. Do you have any other similar?
Similar to that.
Like a saying. For example, let's go both ways. Let's suppose I want to praise someone. Like I want to say like, oh, you're a badass. You know, because in Portuguese you say brabo or braba. You
It
say
is chévere.
that. Chévere.
Chévere. Que chévere.
Que chévere.
Que chévere.
I like this one. It's for men and women. It's genderless.
Yes.
Que chévere.
Que chévere.
Que chévere la chica. Huh? It's like that.
Yes, kind of.
I almost said that other words that you said that, well, depends on...
No,
the
no,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I will not say that.
Quechebre.
You know what I'm talking
No,
about.
but it's not, if you say it in that context, it's not gonna be bad.
Quechebre, cabrón!
Yeah,
Oh!
but that's really Mexican, but yeah, kind of.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm loving this. We're gonna have a 3 hours podcast today, okay? Nobody's gonna go home. I'm joking, I'm joking, guys. Alright, one more question here. Damn, people are insane today here. Okay, hey guys, Vani, can you tell us a little bit about the challenges you have had speaking Portuguese on stage as an actress? Very nice question, Diego.
On stage, where my most, the most difficult part of Portuguese for me, it is the Z sound. So, for example, when I'm going to say kitchen in Portuguese, I don't say,
Cozinha is the Z.
yes, I say cozinha. Most of the time, cozinha, not cozinha. It
Okay.
is hard. It is something that I try to keep up. And the difference between the vowels that are like the same. So, for example, grandfather and grandmother. I think I learned how to pronounce that
Got it.
correctly like last year. You know, it was really hard for me to understand that.
It's very subtle, right? The
Yes.
thing.
Yes, and when I have a new text, you know, like a play or play a movie or something, I have to sit down, read the script, and when I study, I already study trying to neutralize my accent. So
okay.
I learned word by word, trying to neutralize and to study the sound of the word, not only the
Damn,
word.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah, but it is worth it because
course.
I remember one of the plays that I did. Wes, you know, he's an actor and he was in that play with me.
Nice.
And,
Hi, Wes.
And I remember that I had to present that play like 20 times in the season.
Damn.
And every time was perfect, except for one time in the last sentence that my character, you know, gave in the play. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a Z, it was something like that. And it slipped in one word. And just for that one word, a kid in the audience say, "What? Did the character turn Mexican in the last of the play?"
No, but the guy in the audience turned the dad after the show, you know.
And I was like,
I like it because she laughs at my jokes.
yes, I got it. Yes, and it was really, really. I know that it's not that big deal, but for me it was.
No, of
because you
course.
know, I'm preparing my character, and at the end, people are going to interpret something because of that. And I was like, oh, okay, wow, that's the problem that I have to face every time.
No,
but,
okay, but the kid was a little idiot. We can say that. Yeah. If you're watching this, you are an idiot.
But that's kind of the biggest challenge, you know. But I love it. I love it. And Portuguese it's a beautiful language. You know, it is really poetic, and so I love to act in Portuguese.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your slogan would be challenge accepted. You know,
Yeah,
that would be
kind
your
of.
slogan
Yeah,
here.
kind of.
Okay. One moment, guys. I'm gonna read all the messages here. Okay. All right. Priscilla, do you feel like speaking a few words in Spanish in? Okay. Do you feel like speaking a few words in Spanish in English classes? Okay. Because I don't know how many languages you speak for.
I speak 3.5 because my
Okay.
French is really bad.
Okay.
But yeah, so in English classes, you like, what does she mean? That my
Yeah,
sometimes it
because for
skips?
example, when you were teaching me something in Spanish,
Yeah.
it's because of the region of our brain when we are learning a second language. We normally ask questions in the other language, not the mother one, but the second one we have learned. So I was imagining, I was thinking this or that, you know. Have you ever had something similar when you were teaching an English class and sometimes you speak in Spanish in the middle?
Yes, but that happens when the student normally has like a question and he speaks in Portuguese, and I sometimes have to speak a little bit Portuguese with him, like 2 words for him to understand.
Yeah.
For we to come back to English. And at those times, it's really delicate because sometimes I go back with no es eso, and I was like, And most of my students are like, what? And I'm like, I'm sorry, this is English class.
No es eso.
Yeah, Times is gonna sue me because I'm teaching 2 languages. No, but yeah, it sometimes happens, and it really happens a lot when I talk to my family. Yes,
Okay.
if I am talking here with you normally, and I have to pick up the phone, and it's my family, and I talk to them, I'm like in Spanish, yeah, sí, papa, and then I come back. The first 5 seconds, if you make me speak fast, my brain is still changing the language.
Yeah.
And it's my native language. So it's the most natural for me.
It happens to me when I have a full day of teaching classes, or like today we were recording videos and talking English. Sometimes I would go to, for example, a supermarket, by myself, and I'm grabbing something like, oh man, thank you. And then the person like, what? And it's even worse when I am with somebody that knows me, because people imagine, oh, he's a stuck-up guy, just because he knows English. We're in Brazil, man. Speaking,
Portuguese.
man, it was unintentional. Has it happened to you? Like,
yes, it does.
You are in the middle of the supermarket and then, por favor, qual é o preço?
Yeah, it happens. It doesn't happen as much because when I came here, sometimes that was a disadvantage, because sometimes I was in the taxi, for example.
Boy.
Yeah, you can imagine. I mistake one word, and instantly I saw that he started taking the long ways, and he started like giving
kind
some
of to scam you in a way.
Yes,
like
he was trying to scam me just because I had an accent, or because he realized that I speak in Spanish. So I spoke in Spanish. So it for me it was a disadvantage. So when I'm out in the street to speaking in Spanish, it's really hard to happen. But English, when I'm out of the classes, my husband was talking about that at lunch.
Yeah.
He said when she comes home, she is talking really loud and she is talking really slow. So, hi baby, how was your day? And he was like, you're no longer in class.
It was exactly like, I was like, well, I don't want to have an English class right
Yeah, wait. And I all the time answer like, good, great, that was excellent. And he's like, Vanessa, turn off, please, turn off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like we were talking at lunch, getting out of the character as an actress, like you have to be aware of it, like you said, you take some deep breaths and then like, okay, it's not real. I see that when I see a ghost too. And then when you are teaching, I'm joking.
Paranormal activities, this what?
No, I'm joking. Or am I? But when you are teaching the whole day, and then you have to go out of the teacher frame.
Yeah, it's hard. It is. You really have to speak with your mind.
They're laughing. It was a good joke, huh? It's not real. It's not real.
It's not talking to me.
Okay.
Yeah, but yes.
We are practicing universal humor here. You see, guys?
Yeah, but that was kind of a Colombian humor thing, you know?
Really?
Yeah, kind of something really simple, but because of the context, Yep. Okay. So
Nice to know.
Yeah.
I have questions about that, by the way.
Yeah.
We were talking about one side of the perspective, but what could you say to Brazilians who want to visit Colombia? Recommendations, tips, what to do, where to go, what not to do, how to behave,
Okay, so go to Colombia.
Okay.
I am not partnered with the embassy. I swear.
She's
but
not being
visit
sponsored,
Colombia.
Okay.
Now it is an amazing.
This was very Brazilian.
That means I'm Brazilian. I've lived here for 8 years, so yeah.
Nice.
But no, now my brain is.
Okay, let's start with, I am a Brazilian guy, I want to go to Colombia.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say for a week, for example, stay there for a week.
I think it's not enough. I really don't think it's enough.
So,
if you
more
go to
than a week.
Colombia, go at least for 2 weeks, because our food is really we have a diverse gastronomy there. So you're going to be
Hungry
able to
time
eat
now.
a lot of things. We have one special and amazing thing that we don't have any seasons. So the climate is the same all year long.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And depending on the altitude that you're in, you're going to feel the climate is going to change. So, for example, I live in Bogota. That it's over the I don't remember that in English. Cordillera dos Andes.
Oh my God.
Andes Cordillera. The
Andes.
mountain range, I think
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
Mountains,
the Andes
okay.
mountain range.
The Andes mountain range, I think is
Yeah.
it. And it's really cold there
Okay.
all year long. And if you're kind of tired of cold, you drive for 2 hours, you go down the mountain, and you already have like 25 degrees, 26
Man,
degrees.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
In the coldest places there, does it snow?
In Bogota, it doesn't, but we have snow mountains. We have deserts. We have the Amazon rainforest also.
Nice.
We have 2 seas. We have the Atlantic and the Pacific Sea. And everything inside this little lamp, Aladdin. Everything in a little country, because it is 12 times smaller than Brazil.
Damn.
So yeah,
So you can visit the whole country in, I don't know, in a month maybe.
Yes, you can see the main places, and it's cheaper than Brazil.
Okay.
So for example,
That's good.
Yes, it is cheaper, and I will say my advice for you: research first to the places you want to go.
Okay.
Be careful on the streets. Just like here in São Paulo, in all the big cities, we have to be careful on the streets because of,
Does it happen like in Brazil? If they know I'm Brazilian, they say, Brazilian pandejo. I'm gonna,
Pendejo, yeah. That was Colombian. How did you know that word? Pendejo.
I have been watching a lot of shows,
Pendejo, it's really pendejo. My father is just understanding that specific word, and he's like, "What are they talking about?"
I mean, no offense, sir.
Yeah, we were not talking about you. Yes, it happens. Yes, it happens. But it's not that bad,
Okay.
It's not that bad. You just have to be careful. You
Okay.
just have to do a research first to know the prices, have an estimate price for the things for you to not fall in the scam. But it is quite safe. I know that Colombia has a bad people in the world have a bad impression of Colombia because of our history. Yes, it's a country that had a civil war for a long time, but it's not like that. It's
Okay.
not like that. That is really concentrated, and if you can travel almost like 99% of Colombia without any risk.
Have you seen the Simpsons version of Brazil?
Yes, I have.
So I understand completely about the fake stereotypes that sometimes are sent out there.
Yes. So, but you're going to be
Ole,
safe.
ole, ole, samba, the Brazilian guys, remember that?
Yes, I do.
And is that real? Say, oh yeah, of course.
Of course it is.
Okay, something that I can't forget asking that is about, you mentioned the Colombian food that you have, a lot of variety. So can you explain a little about that?
Yes, of course. So we have, for example, 12 types of potatoes.
Damn.
Yes, and they're all different and they're amazing.
No, forget it.
What?
I was trying to remember what I said in Spanish before. Me gusta las... And I forgot the name.
Las papas?
Me gusta las papas. So easy. And then she said, okay, which one? Because we have 12.
Yeah, I was kind of, but we have 12 types of potato. We eat a lot of meat. Like if you go there,
Bodybuilder country,
a normal lunch, it's going to be 80% meat.
Damn.
10%, 5% rice, 5% potatoes, 5% vegetables, and I think I'm missing 5%. That will be meat also.
So it sounds like a ketogenic diet, when you focus more in protein. And then fat and little carbs,
Yes, it's kind of like that, and it is super delicious. We have a lot of variety of vegetables, so if you're vegetarian, don't worry, or vegan, it's okay. You're going to be able to eat.
Okay.
But we eat a lot of unusual things.
Okay, that's
or
interesting.
animals.
Tell me, again, how did you trick your husbands when you?
Yeah, we were there, and I told him like, this is my favorite meat in the world. Please try it. And he was like, okay. And he said, oh my God, this is amazing. What is this? And I was like,
Okay, wait. What do you guys think that was? Send a message, okay?
Yes.
That's how we play with the chat.
Yes,
you know?
I love it. Good.
What do you think was the meat? Her favorite food, her husband had no clue, and it was delicious, okay?
Yeah, I just forgot the name of the animal in English. Actually.
Oh, don't worry, that's beautiful,
That's
because I
beautiful.
will not forget it.
Okay.
So while you write there, okay, what was the meat? I'm gonna read the rest of the chat here. Yeah. Oh my God, you heard this before. We are running out of time, you know. Yes, no, I told you it would be like super fast, you know. Okay, there are some very good questions here. Okay. All right. Vani, I remember that it was difficult for you to pronounce crocodile in Portuguese.
That's a Colombian friend.
Ah, okay.
It was super difficult.
Yeah, it was vowel. Okay.
It was.
But crocodilo?
Yes.
Okay.
I used
the
to
crow
say
thing?
crocodile. That
okay.
happened.
The-
No,
okay.
I know how crocodilo. I know.
See, challenge accepted.
Yeah, but it was yes, shall accept. But it was really hard. And liquidificador.
Oh yeah,
That was a pain in my. Oh my God! I was like, and my friends, my directors,
Okay.
they all the time laughed at me, but they were serious and they told me, "What if I write one of those words in the scripts? What are you going to do as an actress?" And I was like, "Oh no, don't write it in your script, you know." And you're like,
Well, why do you have to put a
I was
crocodile
the
there?
fruit blender, the fruit blender, the fruit. I don't know. I will ask for a synonym or stuff because it was really fun.
makes sense. Makes sense. You know, you are like I don't know, Romeo and Juliet. What if a crocodile appears there?
Yeah, what are you going to say?
Romeo,
Oh no!
have you seen it? What?
A crocodilo! Oh my God, it was super difficult for me. It was super hard.
Oh, it's understandable. Yeah, a lot of. Okay, Marcel is asking. Hi, Marcel. Glad you are here, man. Do you sometimes get confused while talking to Brazilians due to the different accents we have here? Oh, we have here a lot of accents. So
Yes, and I find that really charming. Actually,
Yes.
really, really charming.
which one do you like here?
I prefer. I love all of them.
No, the one from
But
Campinas, of
I-
course.
yeah,
A
of
porta
course.
tá aberta, yes.
Yeah, but I really like the one from Rio. I think it's a cliche also, but I really like it.
Isqueiro, how do they say that? It's like, I forgot, you know what that sentence with isqueiro, esquina.
Isqueiro na esquina da escola.
Yeah, this one.
Yes.
Oh, you said it better than me, nice. Isqueiro na esquina da escola, exactly.
Yes, I think it's super charming. But I don't have any trouble understanding them. No, wait. I dated a guy from Natal, I think it's Natal.
Okay.
To speak in Spanish. From the Northeast. And when I went there to meet my mother-in-law at that time, it was bad. I didn't understand anything they were talking about.
Oh, it's like a slow way of speaking as well, and the R's.
And stuff like that, you know? And I was like, what? It took me like 10 to 12 hours to adapt and really understand what they were saying. So
Have
it's
you
really
been to
hard.
Minas?
I haven't, actually.
It's a very laid-back accent, you know. They say, tô indo lá, você vai também, you know.
Why?
They talk like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the white thing as well. Yeah.
O trem, yeah.
Yeah, everything is the train. It's true. Okay. All right. Okay, that's a nice question from Elder. Okay, when you think, okay, in your head, which language comes first? So like Portuguese, Spanish, or English, or maybe it's like a Frankenstein, linguistic Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's weird because I kind of know that I learned a language when I start dreaming in that language. You know, that happens. And but usually I think in Portuguese because I live here in Brazil, so I think in Portuguese. But sometimes when I'm alone, I love to talk out loud. You know, I sing in the shower. I never shut up. And when I'm in my house, I speak in Spanish with myself. To speak with myself, like, hi Vanessa, how are you? I speak in Spanish.
Okay.
To think, I speak in Portuguese.
What the hell?
Yes, and when I'm listening to rock songs like John Bon Jovi and stuff like that, I like to mimic him and do the things like, I'm going to do the dishes right now. And I'm a cowboy, you know, and then the English gets activated, you know.
Now, got it. Now you have to listen to Nightwish, you know.
I have to, yeah.
Okay, Vanessa that was here. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi.
She's asking, oh my god, I can't stop laughing. She's amazing. I know, huh? We're gonna have another episode
Vanessa's R.
with you. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Priscilla is saying love is in the air. Oh yeah, we were telling the beautiful story.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Everton has a very delicate question here.
Oh my
okay?
God.
I hope you don't worry. Vanessa, which is better, Anitta or Shakira?
Oh my God. That's a different Shakira.
You know my answer.
Shakira, forever.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Anita is super cool and she's great and stuff, but Shakira.
I think Anitta, though, she has a better marketing because she's an entrepreneur. She does a bit of everything, you know. But okay, no, I will not.
That's something my friends love to do. They ask me like, can you sing that Shakira's chorus? The one with entre fotos y cuadros siento cosas y recuerdos que estoy en lo. And they always get shocked, like, man,
yeah, it's
really
like
speaking Spanish, don't you?
Yeah, it's like Shakira going full Eminem.
Yeah.
I just remember puero. Finish with puero.
But I'm gonna, yes.
I got that right. Good.
Yeah, and when the song Hips Don't Lie plays at the disco and the bar, they always go search for me. Like, Vanessa, where's Vanessa? Shakira's on the Vanessa! And I was like, yeah, I know, I am Colombian, I know. That is, yeah.
Nice. Okay. La mejor del mundo.
Who said that?
It was Paula Avendaño. Yes.
Hola, bebé, te amo mucho, gracias por verme.
Okay. Would you like to go back to your country? That was blunt. I know.
Yeah, that
asked
hurt. Thank you. No, that's harsh. Really harsh. Because my family, I've been here for 8 years, but every time I come back, every time I cry in the airport, and they every time beg me to stay.
Damn,
Yes,
that's hard.
they don't ask, they beg for me to stay. And that's really harsh for me.
Of course.
All the time when I go into the plane, I cry. Every time. Because a part of me, I am Colombian.
Yeah.
It's on my blood, you know. It's part of who I am. Oh my God, I'm gonna get emotional. It's part of who I am. So it is really harsh.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Because that's part of who I am, and that's who I was. Now I am more than that. You know, my life is here, and I am a rebel soul. So I would like to go from here to other places in the world. You know, I think that going back, it will be to like going back in life also.
The other version of yourself.
Yes.
That is a memory now.
Yes, it's a memory now.
That's something I will not go full philosophy now, but everything we are in the present is a consequence of who we have been in the past, all the mistakes and the things we got it right. So if you're happy now, you know, it's because everything that you struggled in the past led you exactly where you are here, you know. And you can think it happened for a reason or whatever you want to think, but okay.
I think it did, you know. I think I was kind of destined. I don't know. I don't know if I believe in destiny, but I think if I believed in destiny, I think I was destined to be here, right here.
Yeah, your story is very impressive. It's very nice. Do you feel at home here?
I do.
Nice.
I really do. I really do.
I don't want to finish the show with this. I should, but I don't want because, okay, we are almost out of time, but the people can stop sending messages there.
Don't stop.
I like it.
Believe in... Sorry.
Don't get me started with that. Okay. All right. Yeah. Papaya put, papaya cut. Okay, I can say
Who
that.
said that?
It was Val. No, papaya put, papaya cut.
She's Colombian.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thanks for the assistance. You know. Okay, I know you're a good singer. Yeah, she is. You know.
Maick is also. If you ask enough on the podcast comment section, we can make a duo.
That would be nice. We could go Taylor's all the time. No, I'm joking. Or
no, right now, no, not right now because we don't have time. But in the future.
Yeah. See, that was a good Miguel. Thank you. Yes. You know. Okay, how long are you in Brazil? And okay, how long have you been in Brazil? Do you already have a favorite song that you can sing in Portuguese? That's a nice question.
Oh
was
my
from
God.
Priscilla.
Yes, I've been here for 8 years, and my favorite song. It's really odd because it's not the song that I listen to today. It's not, but it was the song, one of the songs that I keep on listening when I was learning Portuguese, and that's why.
I hope it's not Galinha Pintadinha or anything like that.
no,
Yes.
no. But it is a really sertanejo song.
Ah, no problem.
That I don't. Yes, it's not a music genre that I like. But it was like, oh my God, let me remember. No, I have blank.
It's like a classic one.
Evidences.
Evidências. No, that's a karaoke song.
Stop all this madness,
But no, it was no. Actually, I do have a favorite song. I had forgot about that song.
Okay.
It's a song that we sang a lot at college. That was the Não posso ficar nem mais minuto
it's a
com
cute
você. Sinto muito amor.
What?
Randinos.
Randinos?
Meninas da Garoa.
Oh my God.
Damn. Okay.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Guys, two things, okay, before we wrap this up. It was an amazing show, Vanessa. I had a lot of fun. I want to hear it again, as soon as possible. Since the big heads forgot to put the meat there, what was the meat that your husband was eating that time? I didn't forget.
Oh my God, I don't know if that's the correct answer in English, but it was capybara.
Capybara.
Capybara, I
Yeah,
don't know.
so capybara meat apparently is delicious, okay? Oh man.
It is amazing. I know it's a sweet animal, but it is delicious.
The name of the song is the 11th Train.
Yes.
Little Rain.
Yeah. Would you like to send a final message to our listeners?
Yes. Thank you for having me here. Thank you. I thank the crew. I felt at home here in Campinas. It's my first time in Campinas, and thank you, listeners, for being so amazing and kind to me. Thank you for being here, to my friends, to the people I don't know. Thank you for being here. And I don't know. I hope we keep in touch in some way.
We will, definitely.
Of course.
Okay, guys.
So thank you.
Thank you so much, okay, for the messages, the questions, okay? Don't forget, we will be posting these videos weekly, so next week I hope to see you all here once again, okay? My name is Maick Ofel, I almost did that, and I hope to see you next week on our next episode of Talking Times. Bye-bye, guys.